tonight on To The Point.
Moving children after they've started is not the best thing for our children.
Kids told they have 1 weekend to change elementary schools. Why and what is being done about it? Proposed affordable housing could move forward, even after the state attorney general sued. And how more doctors are using artificial intelligence to help people.
This is To The Point. I'm Alex Bell. Tonight, parents are upset. They tell us a school district policy is disrupting their kids' learning, and many Sacramento City students were just forced to change schools. And this is a common policy in many districts. Becca Habegger joins us to explain.
Yeah, Alex, the families of about 175 Sac City students have learned in the last couple of weeks that their kid is being moved to a new school, and they say they have no say in the matter. Now, the district says this is a yearly routine part of making sure class sizes meet the requirements set out in their agreement with the teachers union. So we went to learn more about this policy and how it's impacting students, teachers, and schools.
Margie Birch says her 4th grade daughter Angelina loves Tahoe Elementary School in Sacramento, a close-knit neighborhood school.
This is the first place where she comes home and tells me what a great day she's had every single day.
Tahoe is Angelina's 5th school. As a former foster kid, she moved around a lot until Birch and her wife adopted Angelina 2 years ago. But now, less than a month into the school year, Angelina is having to move to her 6th school.
This is so disruptive for Angelina.
The district informed the family last Thursday that Friday, the very next day, would be Angelina's final day at Tahoe Elementary. Starting Monday, she'd have to attend Oak Ridge Elementary, about 2.5 miles away.
She was up till 2 a.m. crying in my bed, telling me how sad she was to lose her friends, how sad she was to lose her teacher.
So why is this happening? In the Sacramento City Unified School District, it's a process called contract capping or con-capping.
It's a common practice for us in Sac City. It's common for other school districts. They may not refer to it as con-capping, but the process is the same. It's a way of leveling out your enrollment.
District spokesperson Brian Heap says per the district's contract with the Sacramento City Teachers Association, the max class size grades K through 3 is 24 students. The limit in 4th through 6th grades is 33 students. He says the district tries anticipating elementary school class sizes and making adjustments before the beginning of the school year to avoid disruptions. But every year, a certain amount of con-capping has to happen based on how many students actually show up. This year, about 175 students are being con-capped among the district's elementary schools.
We don't want to do this. We just have to do this.
It's just a yo-yo game almost every school year.
Becky Wiegand is president of the Tahoe Elementary Parent-Teacher Association. She believes the policy is unfair to some of the most vulnerable students, since the last ones to register at a school are the first on the list to be con-capped out if needed.
And the families that are impacted tend to be our refugee families, new English language learners, new immigrant families, the ones that don't come in early because they can't or they don't know where they're going to be.
Heap says there are some students who are exempt from being con-capped.
For example, our homeless and foster youth. I mean, obviously, these are students who have experienced a lot of trauma in their lives and they need some stability.
While Angelina is a former foster youth and therefore no longer shielded from con-capping, Birch says stability is still crucial for her.
Moving children after they've started is not the best thing for our children.
She spoke at last week's Board of Education meeting just hours after learning her daughter was being con-capped. Even Tahoe's principal addressed the board.
Moving students from one class to another after 3 weeks of building relationships and rapport with classmates and trusted adults causes trauma.
Now, the district points out parents sign an acknowledgement during the registration process that says your student might not be guaranteed a spot at their neighborhood school. And Alex, if a spot does open back up, those con-capped students are offered the chance to return.
And there is a lot going on here, but can you talk about how the teacher shortage also kind of plays into all this?
Yeah, you know, Sac City Unified says they have 26 full-time teaching vacancies across their elementary schools. And so con-capping is a last resort that ensures a sharing of resources.
Yeah, and the district says that they are looking for solutions and reviewing the con-capping process. So you already know we'll definitely be following this. All right, and we do want to hear what you have to say. Have you had an issue like this at your schools? Is there a teacher shortage that's impacting you in any way? You can always text the team at 916-321-3310. In other news, 6 people are now accused of smuggling drugs and tools into the Sacramento County Jail. That includes a medical assistant at the jail. Investigators say Zorana Harris worked with inmates and others to distribute drugs. They say that she was caught on surveillance video giving drugs to an inmate, and detectives witnessed her receiving drugs outside of the jail. This investigation has been months in the making.
Detectives allowed the exchange to occur and intercepted Harris as she entered the jail with cocaine, a cell phone, a charging cable, and screw heads to allow inmates to manipulate locks and manufacture weapons.
Sheriff Cooper adds that when he was jail commander back in the early 2000s, medical was under the sheriff's jurisdiction, and he says they didn't have these issues. It changed over to the county in 2018. Sacramento police have released a video of the moments a man was shot and killed in downtown Commons, also known as Doco. They released the video that starts off in the lobby of the Citizens Hotel on September 11th, just before 11 p.m. People called 911 to report a man wandering around the hotel with a gun. At one point, police say he possibly fired it. 2 hours later, police received another 911 call about the same man with a gun pointing it at security guards in a parking garage on L Street. Police say the man, later identified as Clavon Miles, made it to the top of the parking garage where he stayed for hours. Police say he pointed the gun at them several times and refused to put it down. He was shot and killed by police. A man is in the hospital tonight after being shot by police in Fairfield. This happened near Grange Middle School. Police say the man appeared to have a gun and shots were fired before police arrived. No officers were hurt. Governor Newsom just signed a new law aimed at stopping other states from prosecuting doctors and pharmacists who mail abortion pills to patients in places where the procedure is banned. California's current law only protects doctors who treat patients from other states who travel to California. In an effort to increase the amount of affordable housing in our region, Elk Grove city leaders are reconsidering a building application. The vote is happening tonight, and there is a lot of controversy. As our Luke Cleary shows us, the proposal has already faced lawsuits, including one from the state attorney general.
This is the site where the Oak Rose apartment complex was proposed to provide affordable housing to people at risk of homelessness. But it's divided the community since the plan was introduced.
Save Elk Grove Old Town, location matters.
The project does not fit what we're trying to accomplish.
There are supporters of the project.
What we like about it is it meets a real need.
Bill Myers with Compassion Elk Grove says the people who live in supportive permanent housing will become part of the community. But the owners of businesses in the area, like Bob's Club, are concerned.
We've invested our entire lives into this little community, and it's a whole lot to gamble with.
Then there's the legal fight, too. After the council denied the application last July, the two developers behind the project filed a lawsuit that October. In May of this year, Attorney General Rob Bonta followed suit, arguing the city failed to follow state laws intended to allow this kind of affordable housing. In a statement earlier this year, Elk Grove Mayor Bobby Singh Allen said in part, "We reject the notion that Elk Grove is engaged in unlawful discrimination. We remain committed to supporting solutions that balance the needs of all in the community." But now, Elk Grove City staff is recommending that the City Council vote to approve the application Wednesday.
This project specifically recalls and remembers a particular group of people that really does need help, and compassion, and therefore we think it's worth making a point to help them.
Still, some neighbors remain skeptical about the kinds of people it will attract.
From a safety perspective, it is absolutely unsettling. I know that a lot of the old business owners around here are upset with the situation.
The Attorney General is forcing this issue, and we have no say-so. None.
On either side of the issue, neighbors will be watching the City Council vote closely.
And if you want to read the city's answered questions about this project, we have a link on our website, abc10.com. Also tonight, Elk Grove leaders are considering their first of its kind winter shelter for the unhoused. If it passes, it will temporarily shelter and offer services for up to 30 people from November 1st until March 31st. It will be located at this former Rite Aid on Elk Grove Boulevard. People will have to be vetted and can only stay by referral, but people in the area are concerned about safety issues, bringing more unhoused people to their community. Still ahead on To the Point, gas prices are skyrocketing and they're expected to keep going up.
Oh, those numbers are going up. Ours are going down. Big blast of cool air heading our way for the weekend, plus our chances for rain and snow.
And now doctors are using artificial intelligence to help people.
We're not just talking about theories or talking small pilots. This is real. We're doing it at scale.
All right, we're tracking a wildfire. This is the Quarry Fire. It's burning in the Stanislaus National Forest near Strawberry, just up the road from Sonora. This is not the area of Strawberry right off Highway 50 on the way to Tahoe. The fire started from a lightning back on September 9th. It appears to just be coming back to life. Gosh, Monica, it just goes to show that, I mean, we have still very dry conditions here.
We certainly do. Now, it got a little warmer today, but now we're expecting a chance for rain and snow as we head towards our weekend forecast, plus some cooler conditions. So here's a view kind of across the region. So you can see the Strawberry camera there kind of shifting around. They're going to move that periodically here, but you can see just some haziness there off in the distance. A couple of prescribed burns going on as well. This is in the same general area just down the hill in the Mother Lode near Twain Harte, Cedar Ridge, and then also Greeley Hill. This is to the south of all of this, where you can see that very distinct line of demarcation between the clear skies and that haziness there. There's that Strawberry camera where you can see now that we're getting towards sunset, just a really kind of eerie glow out there. And the smoke persists through tonight into early tomorrow as well until they get better containment of that fire. In general, the smoke will settle down into the lowest elevations overnight, but we're still going to pull in that westerly breeze, so that should help to disperse some of that smoke heading into tonight and tomorrow. As far as our future weather tonight, those temperatures cooling quickly. We'll see some haziness out there. Forecast low 55, even cooler weather ahead for the weekend. Timing it out, here comes that low as it drives its way southward, bringing a chance of overnight showers Friday into Saturday. That develops not only for our region, but throughout the entire state, with some of that higher elevation snow starting at about Mammoth and then moving its way down 395. Highs for tomorrow near 70 for the Sierra. We're in the 70s and 80s moving down the hill, 70s along the coast, but 80s once again tomorrow afternoon for the Coastal Valley communities and the Central Valley as well. Morning lows right around 50 to 55. Our regional forecast, cool for the mountains and the foothills. If you have recreational plans up in the high country, just be prepared that we are going to see some variable weather. And for the valley, that chance for showers, much cooler. Highs only in the 70s this weekend.
Next on To the Point, the presidential race, the big debate, and why Biden is in the Bay, and gas prices continuing to go up. Welcome back. 7 Republican presidential hopefuls are taking the stage for the second GOP primary debate. It's happening inside the Reagan Presidential Library in Southern California. Noticeably not there tonight is former President Donald Trump, who still holds a double-digit lead in the polls.
Tonight is round 2 of the Republican presidential debates. Once again, the star of the GOP is absent. Trump is bypassing the debate stage for a campaign stop in Michigan, speaking to union workers at a non-union auto plant.
So there's no sign yet that Donald Trump skipping these debates is hurting him in any way. If anything, it's only making him stronger. We are seeing in polls, including a recent ABC News Washington Post poll, that Trump is beating Biden by as many as, double digits in some of these polls.
Among the 7 candidates on stage tonight, former Vice President Mike Pence, South Carolina Senator Tim Scott, former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, entrepreneur Vivek Ramaswamy, North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley.
So if there was a winner on the debate stage last time around, it definitely was Nikki Haley. Her numbers have gone up about 1.5%.
The debate could be critical in determining if many of the candidates will move forward, including DeSantis. The Florida governor is trying to stand out, even debating California Governor Gavin Newsom in November. That debate will be moderated by Sean Hannity. Newsom's spokesperson says in part, quote, "We've agreed to the debate, provided there is no cheering section, no hype videos. We want a real debate, not a circus."
And Governor Newsom has been rallying support for the Biden-Harris ticket. He insists he is not running for president. Meanwhile, President Biden continued campaign stops in the Bay Area today. He attended a private fundraiser last night and met with science and technology experts today. The president also announced new investments for cancer research projects. And the president continues to call on Congress to pass the needed spending bills before Sunday to avoid a government shutdown. Some House Republicans are calling for deeper spending cuts. If there is a shutdown, millions of federal workers could be furloughed or forced to work without pay. If you haven't noticed it yet, gas prices in California and across the nation are just insane right now. California's statewide average price right now is $5.89 a gallon, according to AAA. And there are a lot of reports that some stations are charging $7 a gallon. And this is familiar territory. This time last year, prices were above $6 a gallon. Now, why is this happening? Experts say the increase is due to supply and a series of refinery outages, and prices could jump another 15 to 35 cents per gallon over the next few days. So just take note, you might want to fill up. More Target stores are closing. The company is blaming theft and organized retail crime, which has threatened the safety of workers and customers. 3 of the 9 stores closing are in the Bay Area. Target says the closings will take effect in less than a month. Residents and San Francisco officials say they're not surprised.
It breaks my heart. It's because we've seen this a lot in whether it's the mid-market area or the Whole Foods that closed in my neighborhood or the Westfield Mall.
The closure of the Targets also means the loss of people's pharmacies. And if you are in Sacramento County, get ready to pay for more electricity next year. SMUD requested an increase in rates, which have now been approved. So starting in January, SMUD says the average customer can expect to pay another $3.61 a month. In May, that number will grow to $3.72. More increases are planned for 2025 as well. SMUD says the money will go towards infrastructure and help with inflation and supply chain pressures, among other things. Artificial intelligence is changing healthcare across the country and even making doctors' lives a little easier these days. And that's why more doctors are turning to AI to help their notes. Reporter Marshall Keeley shows us what's working.
Are you out in the sun a lot?
Doctors see thousands of patients every year, and every conversation is critical. The notes they take are just as important.
A majority of our time is spent in documentation, working on computers, charting notes. Sometimes we'll miss things, and sometimes the scribbles are not very legible.
That's why Dr. Salim Syed and his team are among the first in the nation using artificial intelligence to streamline the note-taking process.
There's a lot of excitement around it because of clinician burnout, staff recruitment, and really trying to automate. Thanks for coming in.
Dr. Syed showed me how the program works.
How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I've got a few problems.
It's a routine checkup, but AI is listening in. UPMC uses a Bridge AI software. Doctors set up the recording on their phone and continue as normal.
We'll order some labs, make sure you're not dehydrated. Using AI, it actually captures the note, it captures the conversation real time, and then it also records it so we can always go back to the recording.
A Bridge uses that audio.
As you can see, you had come in for 2 problems, stomach pain and headaches.
To summarize the conversation, noting symptoms, medications, and the plan of action. Doctors can review a full transcript from each visit and adjust the report before it's filed away in the digital medical record system.
We're not just talking about theories or talking small pilots. This is real. We're doing it at scale. It's saving hours for our physicians, but not just the time saved, but also really making the documentation more accurate.
All right, next on To The Point, the so-called No Sabo kids who are reclaiming their culture. All right, we are continuing to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month right here on ABC 10. And coming up tomorrow on To The Point, reclaiming culture through language. So conversation can be difficult for Hispanic people who don't speak Spanish. Some in the Hispanic community even make fun of people who don't speak the language, referring to them as the No Sabo kids, which is grammatically incorrect. But for many reasons, not knowing Spanish is stemming from racism against their parents. Now, some are digging into their past in hopes of being able to speak fluently.
I'm still struggling with to get through that kind of almost imposter syndrome of like, you know, getting in touch with like who I am. And yeah, but I'd say now I feel more empowered to do so, and I do feel more connected to, the community, the culture, and everything that comes with that.
The full story airs right here tomorrow on To The Point at 6:30. Thank you so much for joining us on To The Point. We are always working to bring more context and information on issues that are impacting us right here in Northern California. So if there is something that you care about or you simply want more information on, make sure you reach out to me and the team. Have a great night. I'll see you tomorrow. Hey, it's Alex. Just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. I really love hearing from everyone, and I hope that you'll stay in touch. Reach out to me on Facebook at AlexBellTV, or you can email me at tothepoint@abc10.com, or you can even send me a text message at 916-321-3310.